how are you?
Good, thank you. You?
Good, thank you. Initially, just wanted to ask on team news, has anything changed from last week?
You have time?
Yeah, loads of time.
Yes, we suffer with several injuries. So let's start with the long term. It's Chaderiat and Frank are still out, and then it's Eberechi is still out. Is Adam Wharton after his surgery is still out. Jeff Lerma is still out, and Nketiah is out, hamstring injury, and Will Hughes is suspended with the 5th yellow card. So yeah, quite tight squad.
Lovely. I wanted to ask around Eddie Nketiah injury. I think there were reports that came out around the circumstances of his injury being away from that club. Could you provide a bit of clarity on that?
I know Eddie played the last 2 games. At Villa, he was the guy who was sprinting most on the pitch in 83 minutes. And so I think it's my mistake, my fault that I didn't sub him earlier in the Wolves game because he was sprinting again. So in the Wolves and in the Tottenham game, we were the number 1 in high-intensity runs of the Premier League, and Eddie had this within 3 days. And I think I should have subbed him a little bit earlier, and he felt it during the game, something in his hamstring, but he was fighting for the team until almost the end of the game, and now he has problems with his with the hamstring, and let's see how long it will take.
So just to clarify, it's not to do with him having a private training session away from the team that resulted in that?
Oh no, I heard about it and I talked to him and Eddie, he mentioned it after the game that he feels a little bit his hamstring. Then we made a scan and we saw it's a bit more serious than we expected, and I always trust my players, so why should I trust a strange source more than my player? So I talked to Eddie and so it's fine, everything fine.
Lovely, thank you. And I wanted to ask, I guess, around the last couple of games you've had in the Premier League and obviously in other competitions. Just what has that done to team morale in terms of just, I know the first couple of games were quite tough, especially losing the way you have in some of them. Do you feel like the team is together a bit more and have shown really how resilient they can be under difficult circumstances?
I think it's yes, we got the better result, especially with the win against Tottenham, but also we have to be honest to ourselves. So I think we could have won games before, which we didn't win, and we also could have maybe having a draw against Tottenham because they also had 2 big chances where Dean Henderson had 2 great saves, and the Wolves game maybe was similar to the Nottingham game. Both teams had chances. At Nottingham we didn't score from our chances and conceded 1. At Wolves, we scored 2 after set play. So I think we were always close to getting better results, and in the last games we got better results, and I think it's what I mentioned. We could increase our intensity in the game, and this is crucial for how we want to play. And it was difficult for the players without the preseason and starting immediately and finding this high intensity. And so maybe we needed this time to get the players fit or getting them into this shape that they can play this style. And so we did it really better in the last games, but I also think that in the games before we were always close to getting better results, so we never were let's say, nervous about getting our results.
Lovely. And just looking ahead to Fulham, what can you expect from them? I think in that game against Brentford, they really showed just their never die attitude, is what Marc Silva credited, and I guess also being that super sub for them.
Oh yes, but I think they had so many situations in the Brentford box that it was, let's say, a question of time. And when there is 8 minutes extra time added, it increases their chance to score a goal, because also there had many situations before where Brentford blocked the shots. I think at the end they had more than 20 shots to 4 or something. So they were very dominant in this game, and I think they play a really good season. Had an excellent start. Then they also didn't have maybe the results they wanted, but overall it's a very good team, clear structure, great manager, having a lot of pace. Both fullbacks with Robinson and Tate, a lot of pace. Iwobi, Nelson, Traore, whoever plays on the wing, a lot of pace. Then to to clear number 9 with Jimenez or Muniz, Smith Rowe at 10, Pereira, also very good midfielders. They got Sanderberger, so they invested a lot in summer. And this is a really good team. But at the end, we play at home at Selhurst. We feel in a good shape. We have confidence now back, and that means will be a typical Premier League game, I would say, like it's in this season. I don't expect being a team up 3-4-0 at halftime, so it will be a tough game for both teams until the end of the game. And of course, we hope that we have the better end.
You've been here for a little while now. Have you caught on to the derby excitement? I mean, this is another derby you're going to be in against Fulham.
It's just derbies, so for me it's stranger when we have to travel. So so it's I think 7 Premier League teams in London. So we have 12 derbies in a season, and no, I don't feel a special excitement that we play Fulham. So I'm really looking forward to meet Joachim Andersen again. Great guy. He had a very good time at Palace, and he was also a great player for me and for our staff since we arrived. But there will be no friendship during the 90 or during the 100 minutes.
Lovely. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sam from PLP.
Oliver, nice to see you. Well, you mentioned Joachim there, so I'll start with him if I may. Obviously, he was a really important player last season, but like any player, there's an opportunity to exploit things maybe you know about other players in terms of weaknesses. Is there something you can use there going forward for this one where you'll be able to relay to your team that there is an aspect that you can look at there?
I think there are no secrets anymore about any player. You get so many videos, you can get so many stats about every single player. So you know the strengths of every single player. You also know their weaknesses, and So I think it's not about one player. I think we have to show a great team performance to get the win that we are playing for, and we have to control their strengths. The team most crosses, always try to create overloads on the wing, and then having a good numbers of players in the box. But on the other side also, I think we analyze pretty well where we can get our chances, and then it's, do we use it? How can we transform it on the pitch, and then being efficient? I'm really pretty sure, because this happens in every single game. We create chances, and then if we have the right efficiency, I think we have good chances to win it, the game.
In terms of the players that you've got out, is one of the most difficult, one of the most challenging aspects of the job dealing with injuries, and how do you keep spirits high at times like these?
I think I also mentioned it. It's always, you can see the glass half empty or half full. Yes, every manager, everyone in the club, in any club, wants all his players fit and available, and I think it's the same. Everybody wants to be healthy and not to be sick. So, but it's also a chance for other players to step up and to show that that we can work as a team. And I think our team did it excellent during the last week, and really a very tight schedule, 3 games within 6 days. Having 2 subs in the first half at Villa in the Carabao Cup, and also getting the win there, and then going to Wolves, and then it's I mentioned before the Wolves press conference, it's time to step up, and then all of a sudden we scored 2 goals after set plays with 2 defenders. So I think we also this is what we should have done or could have done better in the first games, scoring from set plays, and now we did it, and so it's about the team performance. So yes, I would like to have everybody available, but I think especially in this phase of the year, November, and when I look forward to the schedule in December and January, I think it's the challenge for every club. But that's why we don't start with 11 players. So we have a squad of 20 on-field players. We have good youngsters from the academy. So we will have a very competitive squad tomorrow against Fulham, and we go for the win.
I know confidence was something that you've spoken a little bit about this season. Does your team feel more confident, having got a good few results lately?
Well, yes, it helped us. It helped, like always. You need the results, then you need the moment, and also the players could see, and we showed them that they found their intensity and they are now have to have the fitness level you need. It would be easy, and because then we don't need a preseason, we don't need to train. If everybody could do it straight from the beach, but it's not possible, so I think, and it was a question of time to play how we want to play, and it's still, and also we had a win and a draw, but we are still, I don't know, 17th or 16th or somewhere at the bottom of the league. So we have still many aspects that we can improve. I think we create a lot of chances. We were very stable in defending in the last games. At Wolves, we gave them too many clear opportunities. So that's also what we analyzed, and why, and how we can avoid this, or how we can do it better. And it's always about improving. But I'm really delighted that we have the basics back, we have the fitness level back, because this is number one. It's always you need the basics, because otherwise, I was tell them, I think everybody in the staff, I think we are tactically really good, but we couldn't play a Premier League game because our legs won't do it again. And so this is what the players, they have their legs now, they have their mind now, because they got the results, and then it's to show it again.
Finally, just a word on Marco Silva. He's always been very complimentary about you and the job that he's done so far this season. What have you made of it?
I mentioned it before, he's a great manager, and it's a clear structure in the game, and also very variable, switching from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3, building up with a back three. Always, it's very, and I like this, and I think it also shows that the Premier League is not just the best players of the world, but maybe also the best managers, because every team has a clear structure, and for me it's always nice to see. And that doesn't mean one structure is better than the other one, but it's just that every manager can implement his ideas and transform it and transport it to the player's mind. And so, Marco Silva does an excellent job there.